So hello and welcome to another live stream today. I hope you can all hear me. It should all be okay. Yesterday you could hear me as well in the live stream. So yeah, two live streams during the week. We don't do that very often, but obviously we have a busy week on days and weeks like these. It's also for me very busy. A lot of changes in the charts, a lot of changes in the markets, and today, yeah, Fed interest rate decision. So 30 more minutes. I thought we'll start half an hour early, and yeah, in half an hour we should see the numbers. So the way this normally works, we have the new figures or the Fed interest rate decision basically in 30 minutes. So we've got a countdown here, 28 minutes, and then half an hour later we will normally get the speech. So from now basically until, let's say, or from now and for the next couple of hours, I think we're gonna see a lot of volatility. So anybody who's just coming in, you haven't missed anything. We've only just started. It's not a day that I would personally be very engaged in trading, because we're trading the news here, or we would be trading the news. There is a lot of unpredictable volatility that's going to happen. I mean, yesterday worked out quite nicely. Our forecast was up, and the and also we saw obviously the charts go up after the CPI data. Now, what can we expect? I think we want to take a quick look at what the market expectations are, and then we take a look at the charts, and then probably we're already there. Before we do that, I just need to drink a bit of coffee so that we all stay excited. Otherwise, we'll fall asleep. Joking. It is exciting enough. So we've got obviously the expectation. Currently, the target rate, the current rate, the old rate, the current rate, is between 375 to 400. The expectation is that the Fed is going to increase by 50. For anybody who's confused by this, the Fed can always only set a range. They always only set a range within which the banks then operate. They never give one specific rate. It is always a range. Therefore, with a 50 basis point increase, they would increase it from 375 to 400. to 425 to 450. And the investment, and this is the Fed Watch tool, they have been very accurate this year. The expectation is 80% basically of probability here is that it will be a 50 basis point increase, and a very low probability that we'll get a 75 basis point increase. From my point of view, I would be super surprised if we had a 75 basis point increase. Super surprised I would be. There have even been rumors about 25. Now, I'm absolutely not in agreement with those. I don't think we're going to see 25. I think they're going to go with 50. That's my personal view. I think if we go with 50, it may carry on the trend that carried on yesterday and the days before. A slight uptrend in the markets. Yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum could go up further with a slight relief rally if whatever is expected by the market is actually playing out, which would be 50 basis points. If we see anything below 50, which I don't think we will, it would obviously be super bullish. Anything above 50 would be quite bearish, and I think we're going to see a massive hit in the markets, because I don't think the vast majority of market participants is expecting 75, right? What else do we have? So this is obviously here the overview. Oops, 1 second. It was the wrong page. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you actually. The Fed meeting schedule here. This is what can come up next. Obviously today is the last Fed interest rate decision of the year, and we're gonna see some more movement next year in February. February will be the next Fed meeting. So this one today will close 2022, and then nothing in January, but already on the 1st of February. So it's not gonna be long, 1.5 months, then we're gonna see the next rate decision. My view is, and that is maybe I'm leaning out too far into the future, but my view is that February we could see something like 25 basis points, so that they are gonna still increase the rates, but they might slow down a little bit. So 50 or 25 will probably be on the agenda for February. And then we'll see. At some point they will probably stop. What a few news pages are saying, and I did read a few articles today. a few news pages are saying that I mean, it's pretty much clear that we're gonna see 50 today. We might see surprises, you never know, right? But let's say it's pretty much clear we see 50 today. What will be important though, and that will be the focus of today, and by the time we'll probably have closed the live stream, because I'm not going to listen to the whole speech, Powell speech. But what will happen, we're obviously going to see the numbers, and then half an hour later we'll have the speech. So expect massive volatility throughout the speech as well. What will happen, most likely, and I've only read that in the news, that obviously they have the rate that they're going to announce today, but what they might do is say that they plan to increase the peak rate, yeah, so that their plan might be to increase the interest rates for a longer period of time than initially thought, and that would be quite, let's say, bearish or hawkish. So we're going to see that. I think that is what the focus is going to be on, what Powell says in that press conference, how long they plan to so what comes in here. So they've got this they've got a ticker here. No, but they, you know, how long they're going to increase them, that it might take a bit longer, a few more months of increasing interest rates. Yeah? So we'll see. What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to stream this because I don't want to get into whatever copyright trouble or anything, but you can watch the entire speech live if you want to on federalreserve.gov/live broadcast. You can actually watch it live. I think by the time the speech starts, which is basically in 50 minutes, we've closed the live stream. I just want to be here for the actual rate decision, that we get the numbers, and I don't know if I can actually update anything on time, but as soon as you see the numbers anywhere, please post them into the chat. Yeah, so they should come out in 22 minutes, and they should also come here on this ticker. Actually, we'll see, because it says here in 22 minutes, current rate, well, 4%, consensus for 4.5, so 50 basis point increase. Let's take a look at a few charts. I obviously today is a bit busy in the chat here, which is fantastic. 733 viewers again. Thanks so much for joining here. A lot of people from the More Crypto Online subscriber community or core community of the private membership, and a lot of other people. Everybody's welcome here today, because it's extremely important. I didn't want to make it a member only live stream today, because yesterday I could do that during CPI, because I did the public live stream before and then the member only during the release, but today I didn't have so much time, so I just wanted to open it up for everybody. And then on Sunday again we do a member only live stream as every Sunday. So where are we at? Obviously not much change from the previous video. We're climbing a little bit higher. I need to open up the Bitcoin chart as well. We'll do that in parallel. To be honest, at the moment, the charts that are most interesting, and I see it, how many people are watching. Oh my, it's going up. Nice. So that's going up in favor of my, in line with my expectation here at the moment, already before the decision. So what we see here might be the rally before the decision, or before the announcement, and then we see a bit of a dump, right? So the idea would be that this was, as I said in the last video, we moved up a bit higher, fantastic, probably to the 1.618 extension here for this wave 3. That would have been perfect. Spot on, yeah, a little bit higher even. Then we came back in a small wave 4, and we're now pumping in wave 5. Spot on, 18,300 was I said in the last video. Now it could still go up a bit further, but we're now overbought. So what can we expect now? It might stop at some point here now a little bit, maybe go up a bit. You know, on days like these you get a lot of extensions. You get sometimes very distorted waves, so it might push up a bit more than you would normally expect it. A little bit of waves go into their extremes on days like these when we have these announcements. But what we should see then is this wave 4 retracement. So I'm not entirely sure if we've peaked here. There is certainly no evidence that we have already peaked with Bitcoin. But what we can expect is that when this 5-wave move is over, which it should be very soon, so it might just be the pump and dump here before the pump before the announcement, buy the rumor, sell the news sort of thing. We then should hold, and that could be quite a bit of a move down here. It could go down from here all the way to 17.6k. So it might be a shock to some people, because it could be quite a strong decline. Yeah, I mean, down to the 50% retracement. No, wrong. Let me just... it's not from here. I need to measure from here. Not much different, but it could go down to 17.7k. Yeah, explanation is that this yellow, oh come on, no, it was correct. I'm confused, maybe not enough coffee. Okay, no, it is this wave 3 I need to measure. Yeah, and then it's the retracement of that which is relevant, and that could go down indeed to 17.6k. Yeah, as a maximum. If it goes below that, which of course it could, but then this would probably not be in this particular wave pattern, then we have to change the higher level assumption. But this is sort of what is most reasonable to expect now. Yeah, so the idea is obviously that we still continue the uptrend here. Maybe not today, because we've already seen quite a bit of an uptrend here, and my expectations have been fulfilled so far. From what I said in the last video as well, and posted on Telegram and Discord. But now we could come down here very shortly in this wave 4. Yeah, I mean, again, I just have to say this wave 5 could extend up a bit more. And if we zoom out, there is not too much resistance left here. Yeah, this was all resistance, so we've actually moved above that. But we are now overbought. We can see that, for example, on the 4-hour chart, I guess. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, we are way overbought. So the upside potential immediately is limited. And that would be pretty much in line with the Elliott Wave count as well. Why is that? Because we've done 5 waves up. Yeah. Go back to the 1-hour chart. So we've pretty much done 5 waves up now. Yes, this can push higher. There is no evidence yet that it's stopping and turning around. But it's pretty much exhausted. Yeah. Whenever you've got 5 waves up, complete, be aware that this can change and turn around at any moment. So it would be perfect to see that actually numbers come out and we see a dip down in wave 4. All the way, ideally, yeah, ideal level would be 17.7k. That will probably not happen in one straight line, but that would be the ideal target for wave 4. What you could get, most likely, is quite a, an A down, a B up, and a C down in wave 4. Possibly here to that price region. So it's important to understand now, do we stop here or do we go a bit higher? Upside potential, as I said, is probably a bit limited now, but we need to be aware if something very positive comes out in terms of the news, the rate or whatever, it will push more. It will push more, but I would say most of it is already priced in. So unless it's really something like 25 basis points, which I don't think it will be, then we're probably not going to see too much of a push before we see that yellow retracement. I think that will come first. And that could, for example, be a reaction to Powell's speech if it's a little bit more, let's say, hawkish than expected. So yeah, that's interesting. So I'm looking at this wave 4 retracement at any time here in the very, very near future, maybe the next couple of hours, before we then can push higher in wave 5 of 3. Should get another retracement then, and then push even higher. Yeah, I mean, this whole movement can push into the region around 19 to 20k. Yeah? So that's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Ethereum as well, which is unfortunately not going up that much. It hasn't pushed above the wave 3 yet. But in my previous video, I talked about target for this wave up. I think we were down here at 1335 or something. Talked about target for this wave 3 in yellow. Of at least 1358. I mean, we've now come all the way up to 1351. That is pretty close. Ideally, it pushes a little bit higher. It would be nice to push a bit higher, than we have a clearer wave 5 of 3. But overall, it's a very similar picture to Bitcoin. Yeah, pushing a little bit higher, still possible. Ideal that would be here for Ethereum. It should push a bit higher. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. It's not that overbought. It's overbought as well, but Bitcoin is more overbought. And but then we would also expect here the wave. I was disconnected for a moment. Hello. So I think I'm back now. Sorry, I was disconnected. I think I hit something here on the laptop, unfortunately. So I'm back. Unplugged something, so I'm back, which is good. I had no idea what you heard. Well, the last thing was that you heard. But Ethereum hasn't pumped enough yet. Well, it did. Yeah, minimum expectation in this wave 5 was done. So we pushed a little bit higher than wave 3 here. but ideally it pushes a little bit higher. That was my target from the last video, 1358, and we reached only 1351. Now that's not bad, but still ideally it pushes a little bit higher. But then again, it's the same story as Bitcoin. Yeah, that's what I said before I got cut off. Same story as Bitcoin. Ideally it pushes here a little bit higher, and then it should come down in a wave 4 as well. So it's the same story like Bitcoin. And by the way, if I did get disconnected again, I seem to have quite weak Wi-Fi at the moment here where I am. But just be patient. I should be reconnecting always quite quickly again. But yeah, sorry about that. But where are we? So if we say Ethereum should also come down in a wave 4 here, where would that go to ideally, and what should it hold, which level to maintain in the current wave count? So let's say we push a bit higher. Maybe we go to 1358 or 1360 would be ideal. Then we could come down in the retracement of this yellow wave 4 all the way to 1300. Yeah, that is absolutely the level we need to hold, 1300. If we don't hold 1300, then the 1240 level will be relevant. And if we even drop below that, well, I think then we're looking at something more bearish. Then we have another chance to hold support at 1185, but below that is probably over that short-term bullish potential. By the way, for some reason that price has gone down there. Oh, there it's back. But yeah, that's the story around Ethereum. So it's also following expectations. Ideally, I'd like to see here one more wave up. But I think now it might be stopping here for now. Bitcoin also holding quite steady now at that high. Already talked about what Bitcoin needs to hold, the 50% retracement. So yeah, we're looking at both Ethereum and Bitcoin for possibly some more short-term upside potential, but not much more. And then it should come down in a wave 4. Yeah. But bear in mind, on days like these, those waves can extend out much more. We don't have any signal that Bitcoin or Ethereum have topped yet. The only problem is that Ethereum is still hovering around resistance. Bitcoin has already overcome resistance. You can see if I zoom out on Ethereum, then you can, and by the way, yeah, please hit the like button. It is very, very important. 1,000 viewers is amazing. It really is. Thanks so much. But yeah, a few more likes would be great. Okay, but let's take a look at Ethereum here and the resistance levels. You can see that we've got here key resistance around this wave A high from the 10th of November. We've got key resistance here from the 13th of December at the same level, 1345, and now again. So this is absolute key resistance. If Ethereum can blast through that, it might push up quite a bit more before we come down here in wave 4. But both coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are still in short-term upside mode, as long as Bitcoin is holding, what did we say here, 17,600, and as long as Ethereum is holding $1,300. They are both in short-term upside mode. But we are expecting very shortly, and possibly as a result of the announcement or the speech of Powell's speech, yeah, we do expect, as per the Elliott waves here very shortly, a retracement, also because they're both pretty much overbought. And guys, I'm gonna read through the chat quickly because there's a lot going on here. If there are any urgent questions, but honestly, I'm overwhelmed how many people joined, so probably quite limited in terms of what I can answer here today. But by the way, if you wanna join the MCO community more, you can obviously subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button would help. Follow us on social media, Instagram and Twitter. There's additional content on there. You can also obviously join the membership, yeah, if you like to. I think it is one of the best communities I've ever been involved in, honestly. I know it's the More Crypto Online community, but still, honestly, it is one of the best communities out there. So yeah, maybe consider that if you like more and additional and behind the scenes content and whatever. There's much more to come. Just reading through if there's any... And by the way, for anybody who missed it earlier, we're waiting another 10 minutes, then we should see the decision. By the way, if you see the rate decision before me, please post it into the chat. There's another 9 minutes. 9 minutes. And we've got 50% basis point increase as forecast. Yeah, it might even be worth taking a quick glance at what the Nasdaq is actually doing, because we know there are temporary, correlations. So Nasdaq is pretty much doing what Bitcoin is doing, pushing up a little bit as well. I had here some expectations about short-term upside potential as well, but I don't like what the Nasdaq is doing. But okay, let's move on. One more thing I wanted to look at is the DXY. What is actually that doing? It's probably dropping a little bit, I would say. And let's see. Indeed, it is dropping a little bit today, while Bitcoin, crypto, and the Nasdaq and probably the stock market are holding quite steady. We are seeing a new low on the DXY, which is generally positive for crypto. Yeah, this can, by the way, for anybody who's not watching my DXY updates on the second channel, still now more downside potential for the DXY, possibly into the region between $101 and $103. That is not too much, but it can give Bitcoin certainly, I think, the power and the drive to reach around 19 to 20k. That would be my ideal target for Bitcoin generally in this short-term upside move anyway. Yes, short-term retracement, nothing is moving down in a moving up in a straight line. There will always be corrections and so on. But in this on this roadmap, it would be ideal for Bitcoin to push into that region 19 to 20k. From here, then, this will be the next major decision point, and I expect a move down either way, both in the bullish and bearish scenario. The advantage of the current movement, we talked about short-term upside potential for Bitcoin for weeks now, before we knew CPI, yeah. But I must admit, it's an extremely difficult market to read at the moment. But the advantage of the current situation is that both bearish and bullish scenarios still pointed primarily to further short-term upside. So okay, so we'll see. It's only another 7 minutes, so I can talk here, but 6:50. So expect some more volatility to come in shortly. I think might be stalling for another few minutes, and then we're gonna see here a rate decision, and then probably some crazy volatility for 1 hour or so until we see Powell's speech finished. I wouldn't take any price movements that happen very short term too seriously. As always, there is a lot of emotion coming in, a lot of bot trading, market makers trying to make quick money. Very hard for retail traders to succeed in this environment. And I would always wait until the dust is settled a little bit. Yeah, rarely, very rarely, those decisions, interest rate decisions, or Fed's speech or Powell's speech is only very rarely changing a trend. It's usually just confirming a trend. Yes, there is short-term volatility, 1 or 2 days, but I've really seen it only very rarely that the general trend which is running is changed. Okay, so I'm going to leave Bitcoin, Ethereum on, and we can take a look. Someone wanted to look at Solana, but I think, most of these altcoins at the moment, they're just not doing anything. By the way, Solana is doing something. And yeah, made that video earlier about Solana, that it broke out of this descending channel. It's pushing, it's now climbing against the ceiling here. That is the key level. The $15 level, the level I've talked about. There were 2 resistance levels. One was the 1440 level. I did talk about it in previous videos and said if we break above 1440, it would be already more likely that we are pushing higher here in the third wave. Yeah, but it is really the breakout point of $15 that needs to move. Yeah, that needs to be broken to enable Solana to push through the third wave, or to the third wave here, into the region around $19. Yeah, so this is really the key resistance. We had resistance here several times in November, then here end of November, again end of November, and since then we've been below that level, and now we're just pushing against the $15 level. If we can break above that level, then this can take us certainly to around $19. That would not be very bullish generally. Yeah, I still think Solana is caught in a more bearish pattern and might see one more low, but certainly short-term upside potential is there. Okay. By the way, please hit the like button if some more people join. I won't make this live stream too long, so we're gonna wait for that interest rate decision and take a look at what the markets are doing. Then I have to switch off because the kids are waiting. Because I'm not gonna listen to the entire Powell speech. But But you can do that. There is this link that I showed you earlier. Here you can watch it actually live if anybody has nothing better to do than watching the Powell speech. I know it's interesting, but I promised my little one to play a little bit of Fortnite with him actually. But yeah, you can watch it live. It starts in around about half an hour, the speech. That is also important, and there will be a lot of volatility. But until then, you can hit the like button as much as you can. And again, if you're interested in joining our channel membership, you can do that as well. Lots of additional content on Discord and Telegram, and a very helpful community. Or if not, then just subscribe to the channel, which is fine as well. Or you don't do anything, which is fine as well. Okay, so it's only a few more minutes. Yeah, market not doing anything at the moment while we're waiting for the numbers. I'm going to go to the 30-minute chart. We see a little bit more detail on Bitcoin and Ethereum. As I said, Ethereum ideally pushes a little bit higher before we then come down in this wave 4 retracement. And Bitcoin has no sign that it's stopping yet. This can still push higher. It's above resistance. So yeah, let's see. It feels like the volatility is starting already now. Again, if anybody knows what the numbers are, post them in the chat. You might see them before I see them. It's only another couple of minutes. Here we see 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Take some more coffee, and then we should have the decision. Guys, post in the chat what you think it's going to be. Is it 50, 75, 25 maybe? And again, thanks for anybody who's joined the live stream here. So Solana still below resistance. 50, 25. Yeah, ADA, in typical ADA fashion, not doing much, unfortunately, at the moment. But it could also be in a wave 3 to move higher, yeah. So most people expect 50, 100. I don't think we're going to see 100. 75, I think, would be extreme. That would be quite bearish, I must be honest. Most people seem to be expecting 50. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do 49. Okay, so where are we? 1 minute 30. Does anyone have any results yet? I don't think we have. Bitcoin is already starting to drop. Nice. Okay. Well, not nice, but I think it's coming down in this wave 4. Let's see. That will be interesting now. See the pump and dump we just talked about. Ethereum unfortunately doesn't push higher. It would have been ideal to push a bit higher. But this is the crazy volatility we shouldn't take too seriously, guys. Okay? Don't take it too seriously. On days like these, don't have your stops set too tight because they will be kicked. Like yesterday when we had that huge rally. Yesterday we didn't see any dump, it just rallied. But we just said, I know anybody who joined a bit late, we just said the market needs a bit of a recovery. Yeah, the market needs a bit of a recovery. So 45 seconds. Because it was massively overbought. So let's see. So that's what you sometimes see. You see that. Could this have been the wave 4 already? I mean, could it be? I don't know. Where's my FIBs? FIBs have gone. Let's just draw the FIBs again. Yeah, I mean, we reached the 23.6% FIB level. If that could have theoretically already been the wave 4. Yeah, I don't think it was, but we reached exactly that FIB level. You can see again how relevant the FIB levels are. But I think this may be a small ABC, and we come down to, so support, guys, is 17,796 and 17,620. Especially 17,620 needs to hold. So this could have been the correction already, and we might rally now. But I don't know. It's short-term crazy volatility. It's 4.5%. Yeah. So in line with expectations. So 50 basis points. Okay. So at its December meeting, the Fed decided to raise rates by 50 basis points. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's the highest range since 2007, but it is exactly what the market did expect. So what is the market doing now? At the moment, nothing. Probably because it's exactly that what was expected is happening. So let's see what we see. I'll leave it on Bitcoin now. Yeah, it was 50 basis points, guys. 50 basis points. So obviously at the moment the market has no idea what it's doing. It's just frozen. And again, it is exactly what the market expected. So you wouldn't necessarily expect too much of a bearish outcome. It would just be the continuation of the trend, which, as per the wave count, very short term, you would now expect a wave 4 down. Yeah, and I'm gonna highlight I explained that in the beginning of the live stream. So we had here 5 waves up. Yeah, this with 5th wave, of course, it could push a bit higher, but I think it's now broken. So it ideally comes down in this yellow wave 4 here, into this support area between, that's Bitcoin, between 17,620 and 18,012. We already reached 18,012. Theoretically, wave 4 could be in. I have no evidence it is in. So ideally, it comes down a bit lower. That always has to be the expectation, that we reach the 38.2% FIB level. That's the minimum, the ideal level for a wave 4. And sometimes the waves don't move perfectly on days like these. But yeah, it looks like maybe we get there. It should hold, guys, 17,620. Otherwise, we have to look at a slightly different wave count here, probably. So, yeah, Bitcoin is coming down to the yellow support. From here, it should ideally emerge again. But let's see. And now let's take a look at Ethereum. Yeah, it's coming down quite hard. Here it should hold 1300. The way this is coming down, it doesn't look like it's gonna hold 1300. So I did mention it in the beginning. If we don't hold, well, wait, I have to correct that down. But it's sort of the 1300 level, 1296 to be honest. If it doesn't hold that, it will probably come down. Next key support would be at 1264. But if we fall below that as well, then we've got support at 1240. But that would create some serious problems for the bullish count here. So we've hit the 38.2% FIB level on Bitcoin. That's the ideal level. Nothing to worry yet, but obviously it's coming down quite strongly, which is nothing unusual on days like these. So no panic. It's just doing what it's supposed to be doing, what we said in the beginning of the stream, that we're going to see this area. Yeah. It's just that the way it's coming down looks quite impulsive, but that's extremely difficult to analyze on days like these, because even a corrective wave can sometimes seem impulsive on days like these. Yeah, when you've got all that volatility. But now we're probably going to see crazy volatility until the Fed's decision, until Powell has spoken. Normally when he says his first words, you're already seeing crazy volatility. So it's extremely interesting now to just follow that and see where we're going to find support. And again, you can see these FIB levels being perfectly adhered to. Here, the 17,800 level for Bitcoin. It's the 38.2% FIB level, the ideal level. So just see someone, Olxley. Hope I pronounced that correct. Yeah, it is going to be recorded, so you can watch the entire live stream later. Anybody who missed it. So looking at the indicators, short term, Bitcoin has moved out of the overbought range on the 30-minute chart to pretty much neutral. Could this be an overshooting wave B? It's a pretty clear 5-wave move up to me, so I wouldn't want to consider it overshooting wave B necessarily. My first view would be if we really break the yellow support level, I would have to count this another 1-2 setup, which I don't like to do, but it would be my first call. And then, however, if we break below here Bitcoin, if we break below 16.8k, which is sort of this key support from the 12th of December, then I have to consider all of this probably an overshooting wave B, or we are actually in something much more bearish. Therefore, it's just this support area that just needs to hold, and then we can just nicely consider continue the move to the upside. Ethereum is also holding support. I didn't highlight it here, but I will do that now. Oops. And again, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. That would be very much appreciated. So it's this support that Ethereum needs to hold in this wave 4, yeah? So it's only doing what we said in the beginning of the stream, that we've seen 5 wave moves on Bitcoin and Ethereum complete. It's nice that Bitcoin and Ethereum did that just before we had the rate decision. So we could come down in a wave 4, done what we said in the beginning of the stream, nothing different, but now it should ideally reverse from here. Yeah. What is the alternative? Alternative is we come down lower, and for Ethereum, key support levels then 1264 and 1240. Below that, we have to change the higher level wave count. Bitcoin key support, if we come down below this 17.6k level, would be 17.2k and 16.9 is actually. If we drop below 16.9k, also here we have to change the higher level wave count. So it looks like the initial sell-off is over, which is good. The problem is you can sometimes not recognize the waves really well on these very low time frames here. On days like these, it's yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into the 1 minute chart really, so it's pointless. And again, if anybody wants even more updates than you find here on the channel, you can join the channel membership. You can find all the join opportunities in the video description, or just go to the website morecryptoonline.com. There's more updates on Telegram, Discord on a daily basis, and also weekly member only videos and the live stream and additional stuff. Solana, by the way, didn't get above this $15 level. Yeah. Cardano, someone asking, Cardano isn't doing much anyway. It's just moving sideways here in a very, very weird pattern. So I can still consider this as an ABC as in the previous video, but this is not a very convincing pattern, and I have to be very honest with you. Sometimes the charts are just moving sideways and then you can do a lot of wave counting here, but if we don't have an established trend or anything, this is just difficult. We can identify the opportunities where the market can reverse and can move up, and certainly ADA could move up from here, but my primary expectation for ADA is still one more low. Someone asked for Quant, QNT, and again, I can't cover all the requests unfortunately in this live stream. In fact, as I said, I need to finish the stream shortly. But now Quant not doing anything different to my previous video. Yeah, not volatile at all, just holding here just below resistance of $125. Also Quant, unless it goes above $140, my primary expectation is still down, guys. Yeah. So someone said should check the SPX, or let's just look at the S&P 500. Yeah, okay, it's going up a bit. If is that what you mean? It's also going up a bit. I haven't looked at the S&P for a while. What does the DXY do? Probably come down a bit, or it probably has come up a bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little bit of a counter reaction, obviously doing exactly the opposite as Bitcoin here. Moves up a bit, but looking at the DXY, yeah, this is going to bounce against the resistance of this descending wedge just now, and that could be another catalyst to send it down. But we've got a bullish engulfing candle now here, obviously just doing the opposite of Bitcoin. So you could look at both. You know, one of them is moving first. I don't know. They're basically moving together. So Bitcoin still in support. I think we may now not need not see much until we see Powell's speech. Yeah. So we need to wait like 20 minutes. Matic, what's Matic doing? Also not doing much. No update to my last video. Just moving sideways here. We still have a chance to move higher here short term, but we don't have a convincing move. Yeah, this would only be short term upside anyway. The primary expectation is still down. Yeah, it certainly has the potential here to move above, let's say $1, $1.05, if it breaks above the, let's say, 95-cent level, but it's still below that resistance. So Guys, I have to actually close the live stream. I did say in the beginning I only wanted to make like 40-45 minutes, just to explain what's going on. I have to promise the kids to spend a bit of time with them this evening, so I'll go downstairs, hang around Fortnite with the kids. Have to do that. Will enjoy it though. Guys, and there will be some more video updates later. I will keep everybody on Telegram and Discord updated, of course. Anybody who wants to join the membership, feel free to check it out. It doesn't cost much, maybe like 2 coffees a month, but I think you can get a lot out of it if you're interested. And yeah, you can watch, obviously, if you go to the Fed website here, federalreserve.gov, you can find the live stream. You can watch the speech, expect some volatility until probably, for the next hour or so. I can only, honestly, I'm overwhelmed how many people joined today here. That is really fantastic. If we get so many people in these live streams, I will do live stream Fortnite analysis here. No, I will certainly do these live streams more frequently. I think it's really popular and great to see so much appreciation. And so thanks very much, guys. Again, I don't think we see a lot of movement now in the next 20 minutes, probably. When, however, Powell will pick up the microphone, then we'll see it. Primary expectation, or let's say the ideal pattern, would be we find support here, both Bitcoin, Ethereum, in the support areas and move higher. Yeah, possibly into the 19K range for Bitcoin. Ethereum could reach maybe the 1400 range if it works out. Saying that, the move down was quite impulsive. So again, as always, it's difficult, but we need to hold 1296 for Ethereum for it to work out, and 17,620 for Bitcoin. Guys, have fun. I'll see you later.